Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Automation Hub Sarthak, and in today's session we will learn about dependencies in TestNG. Like one particular method is dependent on the other, like let's say one particular test case is dependent on the other test case, and how do we deduce that in TestNG? That we will learn. For this we will create a particular class wherein we'll write different methods and we will give dependencies accordingly. So right click, new, and we'll make a class which is dependencies in TestNG, dependencies in test cases. Okay, now let's understand. So we'll do one thing. Let's go back to our very old code. We'll not use A, B, C, D kind of or 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of methods, and we'll actually understand how to use this using Selenium. Okay, so we will go back to our code. Let me write public static web driver. Okay, Control Shift O, and here we'll write @test. Okay, I will not introduce any other annotation. I'll rather keep it @test. You can try it using different annotations, it is up to you. So public void browser, okay, URL open. Okay, this is my first test case. So I'll write Shift O. So what I'll do is I'll write the opening browser code, WebDriver Manager dot Chrome driver dot setup. Okay, driver equals to new Chrome driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Okay, so just have a little bit of patience, guys. Driver dot manage dot timeouts. And guys, always remember, these are certain questions they will ask you in interview. Right? Give me the syntax of implicitly wait, give me the syntax of page load time, give me the syntax of maximizing. So you will have to practice this so much, and every time you will not get an Eclipse or a laptop or a desktop to work on. They'll give you a piece of pen and paper and they'll ask you to write the syntax. So if you think that this is boring, then the moment you make a small mistake in those kind of, on paper with a pen, they will ask you to leave. As simple as that. It has happened with me. I'm telling you out of my experience. I'm not bluffing. So you need to practice. And I suggest, if you are preparing for interviews, do practice this code on a pen and paper, because the person who will take your interview, he might not turn the laptop towards you. He will give you a notepad and a pen, and he will see whether you really know in that much depth. As simple as that. Dot timeouts dot page load timeout. I will make a separate video of how to prepare for interviews, and what are the tricks and tips which you need to follow, and need not just go blindly and give interviews and fail. Okay, now this is one thing. The browser I need to open, driver dot get. I'll open our very old, our dearest rediff.com. This is the first test case which we have written. Right now I'll write another test case which is like public void go to login page. This is the another test case which I'm writing. Okay, now how do I go to login page? If I open Rediff, generally what happens is, to go to login page or sign in page, I have to click on this sign in link, right? So I'll inspect it. It has it must be having a class known as SIGNIN. I'll copy this. So what I'll do is driver dot find element by dot class name. In strings I'll write this dot click. Got it? Okay, very good. We have come here. Now I'll just write @test public void login page. No, I'll write yeah, login page data entry. Okay, something like this. So what I'll do, I'll enter the username and password and all those stuff. I'll click on sign in. It'll go inside here. I'll inspect this. This has an ID equal to login1. So I'll write driver dot find element by dot ID. In string I'll write login1, and since it is, you know, a text box, I'll write the user ID selenium panda at rediffmail.com. Okay, and then I will go ahead and give the password. What is the password? ID is password. So write driver dot find element by dot ID. Oh god, dot ID password dot send keys password. Okay, I'll keep it here. Now see, we have done this over and over again. My relationship, relationship between to my intention to set up relationship between the different methods is something else. Now just tell me one thing, unless and until this test case is done, will this test case get executed? Unless and until URL open happens, this will not happen, right? And unless and until this happens, this will not happen. So what is happening here? This test case is dependent on this, and this is dependent on this, and indirectly also dependent on this. So how do you manage? So we'll do what we'll do. Whatever we have learned, will include all of it. So this has to be priority 1. Priority equal to 1. Okay, we have given priority. Now this is also true because we are enabling this. Now we are just keeping it here. Now what happens is this one becomes priority 2. Priority equal to 2. Even though I am writing enabled equal to true, even if you don't write, it will still work. Now the question is, go to login page method is dependent on the execution of URL open method. So how do I establish that dependency? Simple. Here you write depends on methods D small, O capital, M capital equal to, you can give it in string. What is the name of the method which is dependent on? This. Voila, this should work fine. Okay, now let's say for example this is priority, oops sorry, this has a priority equal to 3. This is also enabled. Now let's say for example login page data entry is dependent on URL open as well as go to login page. So what should you do here? Depends on methods equal to, you will have to use this and close this, and inside you will have to mention both the name of the methods. Control C, you'll put it inside here, and then this second one is go to login page, copy it, put it inside here. As simple as that. And then if you run this particular code, it should work fine. You can try using, you know, whatever @ before test and before method and all that. I'm not using it. I'm just trying to show how depends on methods work, how dependencies in TestNG work. So let's run this. So the browser will open shortly. Okay, the browser opens. It will maximize. Okay, yes it did. Rediff.com. It clicks on sign in. It uses, but I have not clicked on sign in button. Remember, I have not clicked on sign in button in the code. Okay, see, I have not clicked on sign in button, I have just entered the password, and that's it. So there are 3 test cases, all of them are passing, because whatever I wanted Selenium to do, it did. So, and if I'm trying to establish dependency, this is how you maintain your dependency. Now the question comes, why do I need these things? See, sometimes what happens is you see here, this is just an example of 3 test cases. Let's say for example, there are 50 test cases and you are disabling 4, but the other 46 have a certain dependency on each other. Then you have to mention this, so it makes your tasks little easier. Then you can set up a priority, and then you can do all these things. This is what actually makes your framework design in a more structured and understandable pattern. You will know where you are going wrong. This is why depends on methods is a very important topic for interview as well as your coding perspective when you write your TestNG code in terms of framework designing principle. So I hope you like this session about dependencies. Okay, and see, if even if you do not give priorities, that is also okay. But then by default, when you depends on methods, so if this method is depending on this, automatically this becomes priority 1. I've just used these because I just wanted you to see that with all these parameters also this will work fine. And always remember, if you remove this string and keep it in one string inside a curly bracket, this will not work. This will give you a syntax error. So many people do this mistake. You remove this and then you remove this. See, you will not see any error because a string is anyways a string, right? You will not see any error. You will think you have done it right, and when you know, this will not give you any output. See, this is what you'll get. So do not make such mistakes. Okay, so it will give you a certain kind of a data entry login page depends on non-existent method, because it is not able to recognize this. These are some certain silly mistakes which people do. So if your method is dependent on multiple methods, make sure you write each of them within their own strings. Give them their own identity inside the curly braces. That is how it will work. Maybe this particular method is dependent on 10, 11. So you'll have to write comma 2, this one is second, third, fourth, fifth. You'll have to use the comma separator, and you'll have to introduce them in their own string formats. Okay. So I hope you like this session on dependencies in TestNG, and thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, and continue doing the same. Sarthak here, signing off, and I'll come back with another more intuitive video on TestNG in my next session. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.